Hi guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to analyse Bitcoin and have a look what could potentially go on over the course of the next few weeks to the next few months. I am massively bullish on Bitcoin. I know we've had that nasty candle to the downside and we're currently sat on some support, but we'll have a look at what I think is going to go on and some key levels that we could use to target. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button and let's crack on. This video, as ever, is in partnership with Cointelegraph's Markets Pro. Go ahead and check their platform out. Vortex scores, newsquakes, there's a hell of a lot, including a Discord community. So you'll find that link in a pinned comment in the description. Go and check them out. So Bitcoin currently sat at $45,261. This is a daily time frame, and I'm using the Binance chart. So just have a look at the current position where we are. From all-time highs, which were hit back in April, from this current price here, we are 43% away from an all-time high, which in reality for cryptocurrency, that's not much. Things like that can happen overnight, and as you can see with this drop that we had, which was well overexposed. This drop, by the way, was mainly on liquidations of derivatives trading. So we did a 19% drop, and going back in time, I mean, probably 2-3 weeks ago, or maybe even longer, mid-August, I've just been banging on about a potential drop throughout August, and I did say that a potential 15 to 30% shakeout will get rid of a few of the non-believers, and I think that's what it's done. People have seen that candle to the downside, sold up, and I've seen it across Telegram, seen it across Twitter, that bearish narrative is coming back, and I've seen a few people mention bear trap, and you can call it what you want. In my opinion, I just think it's a massive liquidation before the next leg up. If you want to call that a bear trap, you can call that a bear trap. But for me now, the current price is within a range-bound area. This happened back here, and I remember before we did that major leg up, we was range-bound for ages. But for now, I think things are looking good. This was at range-bound area, wasn't it? It was so boring and everyone was so bearish, but we did get that tick to the upside and we went on to create some new local highs, and we've double topped there and dropped to the downside. So this is the new range-bound. This is a weekly level of resistance, and this is a weekly level of support. Work out exactly where the EQ is. There's several ways you can do it. I mean, you can go from the highest wick to the lowest wick, but I'm going to go from these two levels of resistance and support, pretty much bang in the middle, and that will give us a nice rough area where we think the price central trading areas within that range. I'm expecting a few things now. Obviously, several taps on this area of support here at around 43,700. It shows that at a strong level, and if you're looking at past over like here, it's a strong level back here as well. Support, if you can drag right through, support here, then we turned it into a rejection, support. So for me, that is a monster level, which I do believe we will stay above it. And a couple of scenarios here, so we could come up if we're just looking for a bit of a trading time up until October. I can see us doing things like this, potentially a break up to upside, break to the downside, and then I think it's going to catapult towards the beginning of October. Don't take that squiggly line for what it is, but I think that's a potential setup. Bouncing up and down, using this EQ as resistance and support, and then finally, eventually we'll use this area of resistance as a breakthrough point, and we will push to the upside. I'm more in favour of staying above this range. But you just always have to put that bearish possibility in it. So if we look at the entire move here, if we look from bottom to the top, we can have a look at a few key levels. So this is an area which I think is always a possibility as well. This $38,000 area, if we did drop below that area of support, would be a potential setup and a potential scenario to go to. It was the monthly open back in August, so that could show that we always have that retest of that monthly open of a previous month is a potential bearish setup. But even if we do come down to here, I would still remain in my bullish theses. I am over bullish on Bitcoin. I cannot express how bullish I am for this coming up quarter from October to December. I really think that we're going to get a massive pump, and I'm expecting at least by October that we are heading towards 60k. And then I've mentioned it a few times, my price predictions on Bitcoin for the coming end of this cycle, but I'll go through them in a second. But like I say, bearish narrative is this area here. But I mean, I'm more in favour of this as support, range bound bouncing, and then towards the end of October, we do break through that and then push to the upside. But remember, just be wary that we could have that tap of that 618 level, which we have not done yet. I mean, we've come down and retested it here on that move to the upside, but for me, just a possibility that we could drop to that downside. I'll leave that red box on just in case we do go down there as well. In terms of price predictions though, and where I think it could go, I've mentioned this before. I did a tweet where I reckon the price can go up towards around 120k at the end of this cycle. I've seen people with a lot bigger predictions, but in terms of Fibonacci levels, if we're looking at this all-time highs here, with a full retracement, we nearly did a double bottom there and pushed to the upside. Looking at some extension, so this is my region here at 2.618 for the end of the year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it blasts up to some of the next levels, but this is my price prediction for the end of this year, going on towards around December, January time. So that area there is my price prediction. We'll just line that up, text it. Price prediction, we'll just have that as PP. But remember, there's always levels above. I've seen people mentioning 220k quite a lot, 240, 280k. I'm more in favour of this region here. I think I may be vastly conservative, but it's still a substantial rise from current prices. If you're looking at a price now, up to that region, it's 175%. If you look at that in terms of market cap, just have a look on coin market cap and see what that would equate to. So 183 times, that's like 1.8x on the market cap here at 852 million. So we are below that $1 trillion market cap now. But if you're talking about, it's going to be around a $2.5 trillion market cap just for Bitcoin. If you're looking at the entire crypto market, that's $2 trillion now. So I think we've still got a long way to go. Once we do break that $1 trillion market cap again for Bitcoin, I think it really push up, and like I say, I reckon I'm expecting about a 2.5 trillion dollar market cap for Bitcoin, and then you've got all the altcoins to follow it up. But we're not going to look at altcoins today. This is just my thoughts on Bitcoin, really. Some potential buys. So just to cover that again, bearish setup there is 38410. That's a potential buy. So if have some cheeky orders down there if you've got a spare bit of USDT or USDC. But I'm more in favour of a bounce in and out of these levels of support and resistance before we do ultimately start to take off. So that's going to do it for today. Just my thoughts on Bitcoin and what I could see potentially happening. Two scenarios, the bullish one or the bearish one here. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button and I'll catch you next time.